Hi, this is number, four? Part four, I'm forgetting. But I'm just having so many thoughts in my head, and I really wanted to continue with this discussion because I feel like somebody is out there needing to hear this. And if I can help one person not feel that they're alone in this and know that they can crawl themselves out of their hole or take off the blanket that is over their eyes. Again, I do believe that a lot of the time it can be chemical based, and so some of you are allergic to certain foods that are causing you to feel this way, and then you're feeling, on one hand, you're feeling like you need those foods so you can get through the day. And I'm eating carbs, sugars, and all those things that are not good for us. I'm a big component now that I've seen the difference, and I've had times where I've gone off of it and I've just realized things are so much better and easier. But again, you have to take 1 hour at a time, 2 hours at a time, 3 hours at a time, and make it through and give yourself a reward. Let me just mention a little bit about my anxiety. I used to have such bad anxiety. Again, I would stay in bed and I don't feel like it was depressed. I know the difference because I didn't feel gloomy and I didn't feel sad. I just felt a panic, and I couldn't really put that panic to words. And some of you are going to understand that you just can't put it to words and you don't know why. And I started to get some help, and not every doctor knows how to help you with depression and anxiety. So just know that if you're not getting results with one, seek out another, because the answers really are there. Again, it might be energy based. I think with me, I needed to heal a lot of things from my childhood, and not to blame my parents, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not doing that actually. But there was a lot of energy that I carried in from my childhood. I carried the energy, not my parents. I brought that energy in and kept it, and I thought I needed to hold it. And I needed to, I'm this scared little girl, and, everyone still has to save me. And I would never learn the tools to release that. And so again, I have off and on gone to an energy therapist. I also love my marriage and family therapist, or those that do individual therapy. I have lots of friends in the field on both spectrums, and I've seen miracles happen in my life as well as in other people's lives for those that finally go forward and say enough is enough. I am ready to heal. I am ready to shed myself of these chains, because that's exactly what they are. They are chains. Release them, give them to God. And that's another tip I wanted to share with you is God cannot help you and help you help others unless you release those chains. This is my theory. I'm very religious and I'm very spiritual. And I believe those chains are of the devil. And the devil tells you to hold on to those chains. You're not good enough. You're not good enough. So you got to hold on to those chains and suffer because you must have done something bad, because you are bad and you've done all these things. So you have these chains and you're holding these chains up, and then you carry them around everywhere you go. You take them to the shower, you take them to bed, you take them to church, you take them to work, you take them shopping, you take them everywhere, and release them. Let them go. The key to unlock those chains, to release them, is again, all the things that I've mentioned before. Your quiet time, entertaining your positive thoughts, believing that you can. And it may need to be in a vision board or in a journal to believe and write down your ideal life, and continue to look at that daily, your journal or your vision board, so you will know what that will look like. It's really hard for some people. Some people are very visual. So I encourage you to get pictures of what your ideal life would look like to you, because some of you are so stuck and can't get any further. So go to Google Images and download some of the images that look like, okay, I want to live that kind of life. I want that in my life. Again, put that on a board or in a journal where nobody else will see. And I want you to focus on the feelings of what it will like to be like to have those things. God has a special mission for you. And he does need to work through you to help other people. That's how he works. So he's not going to come down, and most people don't see a vision, and some people do, but most people don't see a vision and get this voice from God saying, do this. He works, he tells other people who are more opened to hear his guidance to help you. And you could be one of those people as well. So, and that's how we pay it forward. Just stop the insanity and stop what you're doing if it's not working and do something else. Do a 360, just do something and be something. You are not defined by depression or anxiety. It is something that you are currently experiencing. It is an experience. It's not your life sentence, and it's not your life sentence to hold these chains. Release them. So a key is also, again, allow God to work through you. Allow God to work through other people to help you. Be open to what your life can look like without it. And know that each day is going to be a struggle, just like an addict would be. And know that each day you go forward, the better and the more you're going to actually change the brain chemistry of your brain. Also, a key can be a medical. So if that's a doctor that you found that you really feel inspired, that's going to help you. And there may be a medication that's going to change your world. If the natural alternatives haven't worked yet, it's time to possibly look into a medical solution. Don't be afraid of them. They're there for a purpose. For others, they don't do anything and they cause other symptoms. And others, it's just a matter of trying to find that right medication, that right combination, and a lot of support in the meantime to wait for it to happen and to work. I'm one of them. I'm lucky. I can be on medication off and on throughout my life when I do feel like I need it, and I get great results. Other people like natural alternatives, and they're getting the same results. So we won't know until you try it all. We cannot stay on one side of the spectrum when there's other options of others. And so maybe a combination of both, the medical and the holistic, together actually work the best for people. I know a lot of people are suffering from anxiety and depression and stay only on the medical side, and I've seen others that just stay on the holistic side. And very rarely do we see a really good results with one or in the extreme or the other. But when you combine them two and use them appropriately, you're going to see much more results. So it could be also a hormonal issue. It can be blood sugars if you're diabetic. It can have all other health issues, and other medications that you might be taking might be causing anxiety and depression. So those are all keys. So go to your doctor. It's another key to unlock and release these chains. Prayer, knowing that you have a higher purpose, you have a God, whichever way you want to call him. I call him Heavenly Father for me, and I know that he's there, and he can't help me when I have a blanket over my head. So lift it up just a little bit so you can listen to what he's trying to tell you. And again, this is not a life sentence. This is not you're not in hell already. So this is still living. We're supposed to still be living, and we cannot live a full life if we're still holding on to those chains. So hopefully we're going to be giving you some more tips to release the chains and give you the key, more keys to unlock what's going to help you. And I know just by going outside right now and having the sunshine on your face, and think of all that loving, healing, and that light that sun radiates and gives you, and know that that is a gift, another key that you need to go make a difference in the world. We need you. Don't give up.